Hey there, hey there, hey there. Welcome, my friends. If you have been here with me from day one of the Small Creators Takeover Tour, welcome back. If it's your first time being here on the tour, welcome. And I would suggest you hang on to your seats, buckle up those seatbelts, because this is the part of your creator journey that most creators skip. And because they skip this part, they give up way too soon, because what I'm going to talk about tonight is what gives you all the results that you need when you worked so hard to create your product in the first place. And so because creators give up at this part of the journey, they live to regret it. Because they give up on this part of the journey, they don't see the results that are literally right around the corner. You see, I've touched on how to create a digital product that sells. That was on day 10. And then I broke down how to set up in 5 minutes, how to set up that digital product. I talked about that on day 11. And today we answer that missing piece, the missing piece that most creators really give up, and to give up way too soon, because this part right here is what's going to lead to all the things that you worked so hard for. And that is making money, honey, making money online passively while you are at work, while you are playing outside with the kids, while you are going back to school. You need an income stream that is passive, that can start making you money while you are lifing. And so I want to get into that question tonight. I promise you, you will not regret it. And go ahead and stay till the end, because at the very end, I'll give you the formula to get to the $27,000 in 1 month's time that you saw on the thumbnail. It is possible, and yes, it is possible for you. I'm going to show you how. So once you have that rich, valuable digital product that I showed you how to create, and you have it set up on that all-in-one easy platform that I showed you how to use, you have to answer this very important question. And that's the question, that's the missing piece I was telling you about a minute ago. And that is, but now that I have this product, Angela, and now that it's on this easy platform, who am I selling it to? Because once you start talking about that product, you have to ask yourself, who am I talking to? And if you are just talking to yourself, you are not in business. Tonight, I'm going to show you how to grow and monetize even the smallest audience instantly, right away. So welcome back to the Small Creators Takeover Tour. The Small Creators are taking over, friend. Gone is the day where just people who have millions of followers and hundreds of thousands of followers and multiple six-figure followers. Gone is the day where only they are making money. You are making money too. And I'm going to tell you just how to do that on tonight. Even with the smallest audience, no matter where you are, no matter how many followers you have, even if it's a very small audience, you should be making money. And that's what I'm going to take you through tonight. You see, I only have less than 500 followers on YouTube. I only have less than 200 followers on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on X. I'm not on TikTok. I loathe it. I don't have a TikTok account. I probably will never get one. I'm not on those platforms. So just with 2 platforms, I'm making money consistently because I'm using the exact pathway that I'm going to teach you about tonight. So tell me where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to make sure. Oh, actually, give me a second. I want to make sure that I have on my live, and I don't know if I can even change it still. Give me a second. Don't go anywhere because I promise you don't want to miss this tonight. But I want to make sure that my system is set up so that everybody can post live, because I want to have rich, valuable conversations tonight. I don't want to be the only one talking. I want to communicate, and I want to connect in a way that you walk away with this system that you truly understand and can put to work. So let me just make sure. Give me one quick second. I want to make sure. Okay, it's ready. All right. So if you want to and you can, go ahead and give me a shout out where you are tuning in from. Even if you're on the replay, I want to connect with you anyway. And I always read my comments. I always connect in some way with those of you who are in the comments. So tonight, I want to go to this scene because I want you to see exactly what we're going to cover tonight. And my sincere apologies, friends, for taking the time, but I wanted to definitely make sure that you were able to connect with me on the live and to see the comments once the replay is set on YouTube. And so this is what imperfection looks like. I have learned once and for all that perfectionism, it doesn't work. How do I know? Because I tried it and it didn't work for me. So this is real life, how it looks. It's real life, how things work. And so I'm just real. I'm just really going to make the mistakes and make the bloopers and be right here with you every step of the way. So if you are with me, thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. I wanted to just stop and make sure that the settings were right so that my people can reach out and connect. So back to what I was saying. Tonight, I want to unlock 4 moves. I want to unlock, let me get to the right scene though. Here we go. Tonight, I want to unlock the 4 power moves for the pathway that you're going to take to make more money in the second half of 2025 than you did in all of 2024. So I want you to picture this. I want you to get in your head. How much money did you make last year? What does it look like on your tax return? I want you to get that number in your head. Now, that tax return number can come from several different sources. It could be from a W-2 plus what you made on your investments plus what you made on your creator business. All those numbers combined, add them up. And what I propose to you tonight is you're going to make more on the second half of 2025 than you did all of last year. With these power moves, it is so very possible for you. So if you are ready to grow and monetize a small audience, that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. Here's the thing. You don't need to go viral to make money online. You don't need to post more to make money online. You need a system that moves your audience from curious to committed to customers. That's all you need. So, and I know, I get it because I've been there before. I truly do understand that you don't see any traction. You're not getting more followers. Your audience is not getting any bigger. I get it. But here's the thing. You're looking at it all wrong. I promise you. You don't need to worry about going viral. You need to worry about going valuable. In other words, the content and the rich, valuable information that you're putting out, that you're putting out there on whatever platform you're on, as long as it is valuable and it is the meeting the need and the solution that your audience is looking for, you're going to see traction and you're going to grow. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you should be doing, exactly how you should be showing up so that you can start making money on that digital product of yours. So get out of your mind. I want to go viral. Don't worry about that. Go valuable, not viral. Go valuable, not viral. Now, is going viral good? Of course it is. Is going viral helpful? Absolutely. But that is not what you want to focus on. Here's why. Because when you put a video out and you see only 10 people watched it, it's going to make you devalue what you have to offer. You were never supposed to approach that video that you posted on it going viral. You were supposed to approach that video that you posted on it going valuable to convert the people that saw it to make the money on your product. If it goes viral, so be it. But if you don't see the viral numbers and you get distracted and worse, disappointed, then you're going to lose steam. So change that perspective altogether. Don't go viral, go valuable. Okay? And start making money. Let's go ahead and dive in to exactly so you can see the exact path to do the things that you need to do to grow your audience. You are going to see this on the replay. I would suggest you watch it a few times because I'm going to deep dive and break down exactly what you should be doing. And it's a lot of information. It's not difficult information, but it's going to cause you to think about this process, your approach so very differently. Because what's happening is, and you can tell me if this is true or not in the comments, what's happening is you're throwing content out there and you're hoping and praying that it sticks. And when it doesn't, you get so disappointed. And then you say, well, why am I posting? Why am I, this not working? Wrong approach. Wrong approach. You need a system that moves your audience, the people who are out there, from curious to committed to customers. That is your approach every time you post. Every time you post a video, every time you post a carousel on Instagram, every time you post a newsletter, every time you post a blog, every time you post, the first thing you should be thinking about is, how do I add so much value in this one post that my audience, the people that are paying attention, are now more curious about the solution that I'm providing. And then they become committed to your content, and then they become customers. That is the path you want to go through. That's the path you want to go down. Okay? So let me show you exactly what that looks like. Now, the content, you have to make sure that it's attracting the right people. You can't just throw just any content out there and then say, well, that's going to start making me money. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Here's what I know for sure, and this is going to rock you to your very core. I want you to look at it from this perspective and this perspective alone. You are measuring progress by the content, posts, and views. Please don't measure your progress by the content, posts, and views. Now, if your only goal is to get monetized on YouTube with 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, if that's your goal, then you probably need to make sure that you're getting that the people who are watching your content, you probably want to make sure that they watch all the way to the end. So because that's going to increase your watch time, and you're going to want to make sure they become a subscriber, because you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers for YouTube to pay you. But you don't have to wait for YouTube to pay you to start making money. So if you want to turn over a profit right now before you are monetized on YouTube, then guess what? You need to make sure that you are focusing on the actual value that you're providing in those posts, not the post and the number of views that post is getting. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, is this content attracting the right people? And here's what I want you to know. This is the big aha moment for you. Your audience is the general crowd. It's the people that you want to attract. But your followers, y'all, those are the ones who lean in, who engage, and eventually buy. That's the ones that we are after. Yes, your general audience needs to pay attention, and your general audience needs to be those people that you are actually called to serve. But they are people like, you ever go in a mall and you're strolling down the mall, and all the different stores are there, and you see the store, but you keep strolling and you keep walking by. That's like an audience, like all the stores, and you just walking by and seeing the stores. That's your audience. But when you walk into the store, that's what you want, because when you walk into the store, you may see something you like and you might buy it. So just walking, the people who are just walking by, like you walking in a mall, that's your audience. But when they walk in the store, like the people who walk in and follow your YouTube channel and become a subscriber and follow you on Instagram or follow you on TikTok, those followers, that's who you want, because they lean in and have more potential to buy from you. Now, your followers, again, are the ones who lean in, they engage, and they eventually buy, because it's not just about being seen by everybody. That's not your goal. You don't just want to be seen by a million people. There are content creators out there who have millions of followers, and they are being paid because they're monetized by the channel that they're on. But this path, even with a small audience, you don't need YouTube to monetize you. You don't need TikTok to monetize you. You just need a valuable product and followers that are leaning into the content that you're providing. And guess what? They're going to eventually buy from you. Why? Because you're solving their problem. Because you are solving the problem that they want solved. Why? Because they're spending money anyway. And they're buying the products from content creators and creators out there anyway. They may as well buy it from you. Why? Because you have the actual solution to their problem. People spend money for 3 different ways or for 3 different reasons: to solve a problem, to achieve a goal, or to get to their happy place. And if you do one of those things for them, they're going to buy that digital product of yours. All right, so you don't need a viral reel. Even if you did, I want you to ask yourself a question. Let's say, for instance, you had a video and it went viral. Let's say you posted it tomorrow. Would you rather it go viral, or would you rather it go viral and you are positioned and ready for all those people? This actually cracks the code problems I've internalized. Yes, Kristen. So I want to ask you a question. Even if you did go viral, you have to ask yourself the better question. The question is not, do I want to go viral? The better question is, even if I did go viral, am I ready for all those people? Because wouldn't it be a doggone shame if you had a video that went viral, but you had no link to share with them to make the money? Wouldn't it be a doggone shame if your video went viral, but you didn't have anything prepared, no digital product ready, no easy system for them to just check out? That would be a missed opportunity. How do I know? Because I've done it before. I had a video that had 1.2 thousand views, and I didn't have anything ready. Missed opportunity. Remember, you don't want to go viral just to go viral. When you go viral, you want to make sure you have something ready to convert to actual profits. Have a digital product ready and have a seamless, simple place for them to just check out and have it downloaded automatically. That's called passive income. All right. You don't even need to show up everywhere. Show up where your people are on your perfect fit platform. Show up for them with the solution that they are already looking for. And then you're going to convert to make the money. Remember, this system is about moving your audience from curious to committed to customers. That's why you don't have to have a big audience for this to work. I know that you want 10,000 followers because it makes you look like you know what you're talking about. But gone is the day where I think vanity numbers is what I need. I don't, even if I had 10,000 followers, if I'm not making any money from them, what good is it? I'm not here to just look good. I'm here to help people solve their problems at a profit. See, I don't just want my customers' money because I'm an integral creator. I actually want to help them solve their problems, but I also want to be compensated for the problems that I am solving. And so even if I had 10,000 followers, and that would be nice, even if you had 10, you can monetize it. I would say this: if you had 10,000 followers and you had no way of giving them something to purchase from you, you're losing money. You're losing money. And you could be making that money just by providing the solution that you provide. All right. So 10,000 followers would be nice, but you can monetize 10 of them, even if you had 10, just 10 people. And that's exactly what you should be doing. You should be monetizing whatever amount you have, because if you can monetize those and you know it's working, then all you got to do is 10x that system that you know is working. What I mean by that is this, and I hope that this helps somebody, because what I'm about to say is going to rock you to your very core. I want you to listen to this, and I want this to be your big takeaway. You don't want to make all the mistakes that creators make in an audience of 10,000 people. If you're going to make the mistakes in front of 10, so that by the time the 10,000 people come, you look like you are an experienced creator who knows what they're doing and who knows what they're talking about. And so you want to start your processes when your audience is small, so that you can grow and get better and become more experienced and become more of an expert in your field. You want to do that. And you want to have that ready to go when your audience grows. But let me share with you what to do and how to actually make money, even if you have a small audience. You just need a strategy to show up for the right person at the right time with the right message. And that's what I'm going to teach you to do tonight. Small creators don't win big by being everywhere. They win big by being clear. All right. So today I want you to set up what I call your BMW, not like the car. My best friend drives a BMW, and it is a nice car. But this BMW that I'm going to share with you tonight is literally what you're going to use to grow and monetize even the smallest audience. I don't care if it's 10 people. I don't care if it's 0 people. You can literally start making money using the system that I'm going to share with you tonight. And that's what we're building tonight. We're building a path for you to grow and monetize a small audience so that you can get people from watching to buying to loving to sharing your brand. You want to get the people that you are called to serve, whatever that number is. Have in your head that I'm not here to look like I know what I'm talking about based on the high numbers. I'm here to look like I'm actually serving my audience in a way that they are solving their problems and living a better life and achieving their goals and getting to their happy place. If you do that, you're going to grow faster than you've ever thought you could even imagine. Because looking at the numbers and say, oh, only 4 people saw my video. And if that is your litmus test, and if that's how you are assessing how valuable you are, all it's going to do is cause you. I don't think I want to record next week. You're going to lose steam. You're going to lose steam, and you're not going to want to do it because you think it's failing. 4 people watching? Are you kidding me? You need to be celebrating, and you need to see if those people are going to convert to purchase your offer. Because if they do, and the feedback you get from them is good, that feedback is what you're going to use to proclaim other people that's in your audience that it actually works. Don't squander 4 followers. Don't squander 10 followers. That is a very good indication that you're on the right track. But you're not going to see that if all you see is 10 followers, meaning that I'm not growing. I hope I'm getting this across, because that is what's going to make the difference for your business. And that's what's going to make you make $27,000 in 30 days. I'm going to give you the formula in just a bit of how to get to the 27,000. But I had to lay down the foundation first, that you have to think of your posting in a whole different light. Okay. You don't want to go viral. You want to go valuable. And then you want to convert your audience. In other words, your audience, you want them to go from watching to buying, to loving it, to sharing it. And that's how you're going to grow really fast. But here's the beautiful part about it is, as you are growing, you're making money along the way. That's the difference. Call your friends and tell them Angela tells them I was about to drop a dime right now. You see, if you do the BMW path that I'm about to teach you, you're making money while you are growing. If you do it the viral way, you're not making money until you get to a certain number. Let me show you the difference. Let's say, for instance, you say, well, I just want to be monetized by YouTube. I just want YouTube get in their partner program so that I can make money on the number of views that I have. And YouTube says I only need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 followers. Here is the difference. If you go the viral route and you say, I just want YouTube to monetize me, YouTube not paying you a dime until you get that threshold of 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. They're not going to send you a check until you do that. That's the viral way. Okay, that is the monetization through the platform, the YouTube platform way. And I'm not saying you're not going to do that. I'm going to do it. But here is the difference, the valuable way. You don't have to wait until you have 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours to make money. You can make money with 10 people. You can make money with 20 people. You can make money with 50 people. So you have to make a choice, I guess. You can decide, am I going to make money along the way? Or am I going to make the money when YouTube says they are ready to send me a check? Well, how about both? How about you make money along the way and you make money when YouTube says that you can be monetized? And the BMW pathway that I'm going to share with you tonight will let you make money no matter how many followers you have. And you're just going to grow from there. All right. Y'all ready? Because I know I am. All right. So I created what's called the business model workflow. I want you to think of it as the BMW. When you see a BMW going down the street, I want you to think, oh, Angela Tesno created something just like that or called something similar to that. And it's called the BMW. It's called a business model workflow for a reason. Here's why I created it. Well, let me backtrack. Here is why I have it, because I won't even give myself the credit for it. God gave it to me. But here is why I have it. When I was a teacher for 18 years, and it was very challenging me to go from the teacher mindset to the creator business mindset, because the teacher mindset said all of your customers are going to automatically show up. All your customers are going to automatically show up. And they did. Even if I had a cold and I was sick, even if I was tired, my students showed up for me every single day. And I didn't have to do anything. They were required by law to show up. Required by law. That's not how it works with the creator business. And so I also had to realize that as a teacher, if Miss Jones down the hall asked me for some staples, I promise you, I would just give her the staples. I would not invoice her. I would not see how many I had to see if I had a lot, I could sell it at a certain amount. And if I had a little, I should probably sell it at a certain amount based on the law of supply and demand. That's not how it works. She needs staples. I'm going to give them to her. So when I left teaching, because I left teaching 3 times. But when I left teaching, I had to learn how to become a creator, because no longer were the days where my audience was going to automatically show up. Like when I was a classroom teacher, my students showed up regardless. No longer was the day that I could just give everything away. If Miss Jones asked me for staples, I gave her staples. If she asked me how I got Johnny to learn the content of the lesson plan, I shared that with her. I didn't charge her for coaching, right? And so I had to learn how to do that. Give me 1 second. Whoops. Okay. I had to learn how to do that. Well, how did I do that? I asked God to show me. Now, I did a lot of researching. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of watch hours on YouTube and Instagram. All the books behind me, that's just my favorites. I have bins among bins among bins on business books, because I had to figure out how to work a business. And so, especially a creator business. Well, out of all the information that I got, and I did learn a lot, I'm a teacher. Remember, I was a teacher for a very, very long time. You are so welcome, Parenting A to Z. I'm so glad you are here. I had to figure out how to do it in a way that was a system, because being a teacher is all about systems. The system is the solution. The system is the solution. And so I needed a workflow that I could just go to my desk and work through every day to start getting traction in my business. And that's how the business model workflow was born. God gave me the design of it. It is my own intellectual property, and it's what I'm teaching you tonight, and what I'm definitely going to deep dive on in the challenge that's coming up on Monday. The challenge is June the 16th through the 20th, and I'm literally going to walk you through on how this works side by side. I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. What I want to tell you tonight is that, yes, you may have the digital product that I shared with you how to create, and yes, you may have the platform, the 5-minute setup platform to sell that digital product. But if you have that and it's locked and handcuffed on your desktop and you don't move it off the shelf, you're still not going to make any money. You just have a great product that you created. What I'm giving you tonight, the BMW, is the business model workflow that you're going to rinse and repeat when you sit down to work your business. And that, my friends, is what you need. You need a system to know what to do every day. How many of you have woken up in the morning and you really wanted to make money that day? You really wanted to make sure your business was on the right track. You really just wanted to win. You wanted to see that this is actually something that you can do, but you had no idea where to start. It's like you go to your desk, you sit down at your computer, and you're like, do, 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 do. Like, it's so much you can do, you don't even know where to start. And there's so many directions you can go. You give up and you're like, okay, I'm going to go wash the dishes. You would rather wash the dishes than sit down and be confused about what to do in your business. Well, with the business model workflow that I designed, there's a rinse and repeat system that you're going to follow twice a week, 3 times a week, however much time you can give to your business. And here's how it works. There's 4 paths of the BMW. Think about it like you're riding all the way in your journey from $0 to $27,000, from $0 to $100,000, from $0 to $1 million. There's somebody out there that I can prove that made over $500,000 with a $27 product. Why can't that be you? Why not? It can be you. But they followed a system. Whatever system they followed, they rinsed and repeated it and rinsed and repeated it. How do I know? Because they didn't go from $0 to $500,000 overnight. They went from $0 to $500,000 over time. Now, yes, I want you to be ambitious. Tonight, I want to take you through $0 to $27,000. Let's start there. And then you can 10x that $27,000 to $270,000, and you can 10x that to $2.7 million. That's possible for you, but you need a system. Why? Because the system is the solution. And what I'm proposing tonight, what I've designed for you that I used for myself, is the BMW. And here's how it works. You're going to educate, lead, sell, and support. Rinse and repeat. Educate, lead, sell, and support. Rinse and repeat. I want to break down exactly what that looks like. Let's start with educate. What does that mean? Once you have your digital product ready to go, and once you have the digital product on the platform where you're going to present the product, get paid for the product, and then deliver the product automatically. It needs to be automated. This process has to be automated. That's why I taught you the 5-step automation process on day 11. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. Once you have that product ready and it's ready to be purchased, please don't do this until it's ready. That's why you need to be in the challenge. Kristen is going to put the challenge link inside of the comments, because in the challenge, you're going to do all of these things to actually create the digital product in one day. How? One day, Angela? Are you serious? Is that even possible? Yes, because I'm going to give you the template where all you have to do is fill in the blanks. It's a plug and play template. Digital product done. We're going to do that on day 2. On day 3, we're going to take you through the 5 steps to put it on the platform to sell it. On day 4, we're going to do exactly what I'm telling you about tonight. We're going to put that BMW in place. So my point I was making was this. Please don't start your BMW. Don't start the engine until you have your digital product and it's on that platform that I told you about last night on day 11. Once you do have it, you're going to first educate your audience. Now remember, there's a difference between an audience and a follower. An audience are people. The audience is your group of people who is consuming your content. They casually come by. They click on something that they like. They click on. Thank you, Bible Trainer. Awesome system. I love that you love it. They see what you have to offer. They see that it's out there, and like in the mall. Remember we talked about the mall, and you have all these stores in the mall. People who are going down the corridors of the mall. That's the audience. Okay. So you want to educate your audience. Now, our audience, not everybody. The audience you are specifically educating is the people who need the solution that you are providing. That's your audience. But at first, they're just an audience. They're casually consuming. So you want to show up on your perfect fit platform, and you want to make sure you're educating them. What are you educating them on? On the solution you provided, on the solution that they're already looking for. And so here is what's so key that most creators miss. You can't randomly show up talking about just your day. Like nobody cares what you have for breakfast. If it's relevant to what you're saying, maybe, but you need to get to it real quick. Get to the eggs and move on. Right? What you are saying in your messaging when you educate your audience needs to be the exact communication, the exact talk, the exact words that your audience is speaking. You got to speak their language. Give the people what they want. And so when you show up, your messaging must connect exactly. Let me give you an example of what that looks like. Let's say, for instance, you are a creator that learned how to bake a souffle and it never falls flat. What's the big problem? The one big problem with baking a souffle? It'll fall flat. And let's say, for instance, that you have a digital product and there's a key secret in there. There's a key step in there that that souffle will never, ever fall flat as long as, oh my goodness. Sorry. It's an Amber Alert on my phone. Lord, in the name of Jesus, whatever this is, let them be safe and secure and sound in Jesus' name. All right. So this souffle thing that you've learned how to do, it took you years to figure it out, but you finally did. And so you created a digital product on how to bake a souffle. But what separates your digital product from all the other people who are talking about baking souffles? You have the one guaranteed step that will guarantee that the souffle will never, ever fall flat. All right. When you show up for your messaging to educate your audience on how to bake a souffle, always talk about the flop. Always talk about that, because that is the one main thing that most people who bake souffles, they're dealing with. And so the messaging must match. Yes, they may might not put the right amount of flavorings. They might not put the right amount of ingredients. Always talk about the souffle. It's always about the souffle. But you need to peep what the people are dealing with the souffles and talk about that. Go in chat rooms, go in online groups, go to the National Convention of People Who Bake Souffles and act like you're looking at the table with all the cookbooks on it. What you're really doing is you're overhearing a conversation. Whatever they saying they're dealing with baking those souffles, don't even wait till you get home. Go in the lobby and film a short on that conversation. Because if those people are dealing with that problem, more people who are baking souffles are dealing with that problem. And when your audience hears you educating them on the one problem that you overheard the souffle bakers talking about, when they hear you talking about that, they're going to automatically know she's for me. How many times have I heard, since I've been on YouTube, people say to me, whether it be in the comments or a testimonial from buying my product, I came across your video and that is exactly what I was going through. I came across your video and that's the exact thing that I was dealing with. I came across your video and that is the one roadblock I had. When I do that and I educate them not only on the problem, but I lead them to the solution, they're not going to no longer be an audience member. They're going to be a follower. And that's what you want, because followers become customers, and customers who love your product tell other customers. They are what I call customer evangelists. They're like the loyalists of your ecosystem, because they won't stop talking about how great it was. That's where you want to get to. So on your Perfect Fit platform, you should be educating your audience until they become a follower. People who come and consume content on my YouTube channel, they're not automatic subscribers. Sometimes they watch video after video after video after video, but something that I may say in one of those videos may hit different, and then they click that subscribe button. I'm good with that. You can be an audience member, but at some point I should get you so far down the road with solving your problems that you want to be a subscriber. You want to be a follower. And I should be getting you so far down the road that at some point you want to buy my digital product. Why? Because I'm providing so much value and I'm getting you to your solution real fast. Where does all that start? Educate. Educate your audience. Then lead. Now, I'm going to say this real quick here, because I want to move through all 4 of the paths of the BMW. A lead, what I mean by that, is generally called a lead magnet. In the industry, it's also called a freebie. Generally, you don't provide a lead with a digital product. Remember, because your digital product is going to be between $20 and $50. It doesn't need to be more than $50, because you don't want your audience to grapple over the price. They're not going to be so hesitant with the $27 ebook, or a $27 digital product, or a $27 template, or a $21 template. But you also don't want it to be less than $20, because they won't even believe that you think it's valuable at that point, right? So a lead magnet is usually needed when the offer is costs more than $50, and it involves more of your customers' time and energy and effort, because now you have to nurture them to that point, right? But a digital product, you don't necessarily need the lead. So this is what I would tell you. Your content that you provide is the lead to get them to the digital product. And the digital product itself is the lead to get to your next offer in your lock. That's called a leveled offer channel. In other words, you go from just a digital product to now you're going to offer group coaching, and you're going to go from group coaching to individual one-on-one coaching, and you're going to go from individual one-on-one coaching to maybe speaking or a community or mentoring. See where I'm going with this? And it all starts with that one digital product. And because you are educating your audience and the digital product itself is your lead, you're going to grow to legacy wealth so much faster, because the digital product that you provided, slow down, Angela, because the digital product that you provided, because it actually solved the problem that your audience had, they trust you now. They like you now. They value you now. They're not going to stop buying from you. They want the very next thing you have to offer. So lead magnet for sure for higher ticket items or offers and more involved offers. But in this case, for the digital product that I'm teaching you to make money on right now, the content you create when you show up to educate is the lead. The digital product that they buy from you is the lead to get them to the next offer in your lock, your leveled offer channel. That's what lock stands for. And then you're going to sell. How are you going to sell? Well, you educated your audience. They loved it. You got a whole bunch of likes and a whole bunch of comments. That's a very good sign, right? And in that actual video, you're going to put the link to your digital product so that they can purchase it. You're selling. And I know selling is a taboo word for a lot of us because we're actually integral and we're not trying to dupe people. We're not trying to manipulate them. We just want to serve. And I would say this, selling is actually serving when they do the thing that they are trusting you to be able to do. So gone is the days you worry about, oh, they're not going to like it. Or no, it's not going to be good enough. No, it's not going to be valuable enough. Don't think like that. You only need to be 3 steps ahead of your audience. You only need to be at least 3 steps ahead of your customer. You have already figured out how to stop the souffle from flopping. You've already figured out how to speak 5 languages. You've already figured out how to get your 3-year-old to add and subtract. Like they haven't even gone to school yet, but somehow you taught them how to add and subtract. How many parents would pay a $27 digital product with the system, the steps to teach their 3-year-old how to add and subtract? And because you think it's so easy for you, you don't see it as valuable. I bet you it's valuable for that parent. I bet you it's valuable for that baker. Right? So gone is the day where you don't think it's valuable anymore. Just because you figured it out easily doesn't mean it's not valuable. Other people's going to see it as highly valuable. So where are you going to sell? You're going to sell every time you add the link when you educate your audience. You're going to add that link, and that link is going to go straight to the checkout page. Please don't send them to a website. Don't do that. You need to send them somewhere where they're going to easily pay the $27 or the $37 or the $47 or the $49, not over $50. You got to give them something that is going to be easy to purchase. And let me say this to you, because I love you just so much. Whatever it is you create for them, it has to be a fast and easy win. If you give them a 2,000-page workbook, they are not going to love you so much. They want something that they can accomplish easy, and they want something that they can accomplish fast. Jamila, the budget boss, is in the building, and she's right. I'm going to post it on the screen. You got to make it easy. You will have the opportunity. You will have the opportunity to give them more when they come to your group coaching program, when you coach them individually, when they join your community, when you mentor them. All those higher ticket or higher level offers that you have ready or that you're building while you're selling this passive product, this passive offer, you're going to have the opportunity to deep dive with them, but you need to give them an immediate win. That's why they're going to trust you. That is why they're going to believe in you. And that is why they're going to buy from you again. So you're going to sell by putting this digital product offer in your posts, in your YouTube videos, when you go on, especially when you go on other people's podcasts and you are a guest. Like, that's the fastest way to get to a larger audience. Be a guest with someone who already has a following, right? And then when the host asks you, how does my audience get in contact with you? Voila, send them to the digital product, right? Now, if you are already past the digital product phase and you have a higher ticket offer, send them to a lead magnet. Do not send them straight to the offer. Please don't send them to a $5,000 offer page. Please don't do that. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose oxygen, right? You want to send them to a lead magnet. If it's a high ticket offer, send them straight to the digital product. If it's a low ticket offer, if you are in the digital product phase. And then now you're going to send this link out. You're making money. People are buying this $27 offer, and then you're going to support. Now, I'm going to say this. The support phase is not what you're going to find in most funnels. I could not find it when I was looking for it. The educate, lead, sell, and support pathway is what God gave me. It's my very own intellectual property. The business model workflow is my very own intellectual property, and I can make money off my own intellectual property. I don't have to wait for YouTube to monetize me. I don't have to wait for TikTok to give me money. I'm making money on my BMW because I teach it in my challenge, because I teach it in my courses, right? You have intellectual property. You have knowledge. You have a way that you think, a way that you figured something out, a way that you transformed your own life. Anything that you figured out that is a solution to somebody's problem is your intellectual property. Put a TM on it. If you're not ready to register it with the Secretary of State, with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, put a TM on it. It is yours. Monetize it. Why not? You need to monetize it. So you educate, you lead, you sell, and then you support. Now, let's talk about how you get to that $27,000. Here we go. I'm going to go to this scene. Here's the formula. You need one digital product that solves one problem and sell 1,000 copies of that $27 product. And in 30 days, you'll have $27,000. It really is just that simple. And I know you're thinking 1,000 copies is a lot, Angela. It's not a lot if you show up so authentically and you show up so consistently that your audience is automatically resonating with what you're saying, and you communicate so effectively that what you have to offer is the direct solution to that problem. It's not going to take you long because it's going to hit a lot of people. But it won't work if it's not a solution that people are already looking for. Like, I'm never going to lie to you and say anything you create, all you got to do is sell 1,000 copies and you're going to make $27,000 in 30 days. No, friend, it has to be a problem that people are already looking to solve. And you have to communicate that problem so effectively that they automatically think, I need this now. That is the part that most creators, that's where they quit and that's where they give up. Here's what happens. They upload a video. It only got 2 views. Because it only got 2 views. Oh, this not working. Oh, this not for me. I thought this was worth something that's not. You don't have a problem with the actual digital product. Sis, if you transform your life with the content inside that digital product, the product not the problem. Why aren't you focusing in on those 2 people? Why would I do that, Angela? Here's why. Because those 2 people know 2 people, and then those 2 people know 2 people, and then those 2 people know 2 people, and then those 2 people know 2 people. So you're waiting on 1,000 people or 5,000 people or 100,000 people to see it to make money. No, make money with the 2 people that saw it. And here's the thing, if only one of them purchased it and the other one didn't, celebrate the one purchase and then connect with the person who didn't. Maybe you might have to go a little bit farther with them. Maybe provide for them a free chat or discovery call to see exactly where they are, to see exactly what they need. Please don't pass over two people that actually watched your video to the end. You're missing money. You don't even see the value in what you have. I'm telling you, I only have 391 subscribers on YouTube. And I was making money even when I only had 191 subscribers on YouTube. Why? Because I show up strong for my people. I understand their issue. I understand their financial trauma. I understand how frustrating it is to know something so well, and all you want to do is help people and make money at the same time, but you don't know how to start and where to start. Do you not know I named my avatar Nancy? I call her No Start, New Start Nancy. Why? Because that's who I serve. And that's who I serve well. So if you only have a few followers, you're probably going to click on my video. If you don't know how to start and create a digital product, you're probably going to click on one of my videos. I create videos for my audience, and then that audience sees the value in what I'm saying so well, they become subscribers. And then those subscribers, they like and they comment. And then I connect with them. I stay in the comments. I know that it might not always be able to happen, but with 291 subscribers, I literally respond to every single person that comments. And I'm not just saying a thumbs up and a heart. I'm saying if they say this was great, I'm asking, what was your biggest takeaway? What's your next step? How can I help? I'm making money with who I have right now, and you can too. So you only have to sell 1,000 digital products at $27, and you can make $27,000. Now, how do you make $27,000? In less than 30 days. Now it's a $47 product. Right? If it was a $17 product, it would take you more copies. See where I'm going with this? Have a goal. Make sure it's meeting the needs of the people that you are called to serve. Show up and connect with them in a way that resonates with them, and make your money. Make your money. I promise you, it is going to work. Just don't overlook the money that you already have. And don't let me get started on the inbox. Why you are not connected with people who sign up for your newsletter or sign up for your freebie why are you so focused on 100,000 views and you're not serving the people that's right there in front of you? Like, please don't do that. And how do you make sure that you are in a place where what I'm saying tonight works for you? You join the challenge. Because we do this work in the challenge. The link is in the description. And my sweet Kristen, who's moderating for me tonight, she is going to put the link in the comments. We are on day 12 of the 14-day tour. Tomorrow is day 13. I'm going to show you how to capture six figures when you go from 27,000 to 227,000. I'm going to show you where to look to get there faster. We're capturing six figures tomorrow night. That's day 13. And then day 14 is a big old celebration. We're going to have games. We're going to have rich, deep discussions. We're going to have opportunities for you to connect. We're going to have opportunities for you to show your knowledge. It's going to be so much fun. It's the 14th day, which is Saturday, is going to take me back to my classroom teacher days. Like, we had so much fun. Let's connect new YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited you are here. Product Heaven. Ooh, what a wonderful, that's a nice name. You know how brandable that is? Product Heaven is in the building. You can go forward with that. Product Heaven? Are you kidding me? Product Heaven is a great name. Here's what I want you to do, because I don't see it. on your logo, you need to put a TM next to that. That stands for trademark. If you are not in a position to register it with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which means nobody can ever touch it, at the very least, put a TM next to it, because that will give you some protection, saying that it is your idea, it is your intellectual property, it is yours. It is going to safeguard you, at least to some point, from other people trying to take it, because it's a great name. Protect it. Product Heaven. Yes, absolutely. Love it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shout out Product Heaven. Thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. And you're a new YouTuber. And you know what, Product Heaven? And I don't want to start all over again, because we're 59 minutes in. But I got to say this to my new person, because I don't know if you were here before on any other days 1 through 12. But since you're new here, every time I get a new person on, I try to say something to that person that is going to resonate or add value, so that when you walk away, you can say, I'm sure glad I connected with Angela Tezano. I want to say this to you. Product Heaven, you said that you are a new YouTuber. You are in the perfect place to start making money. Being a new YouTuber is exactly where you want to be. So do you have to already have more than one digital product to launch something? Absolutely not. The boss is on. The boss, let me address what the boss said. I promise I won't forget you. I want to say this to Product Heaven first, though. Being a new YouTuber is exactly where you need to be, because you have such a fresh start. Like, how many people who have 100,000 followers and don't have any systems set up? They're making mistakes and getting undressed in front of everybody. Like, I'm so glad I didn't have 1 million subscribers a year ago. I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. I had the products. I had the knowledge. I started my first a business back in 2008 when I launched my first book. I was not missing content. I have content for days. But a year ago, I wasn't clear. I didn't have enough clarity to make it work. Why? Because I kept making products and products and products. I thought I had to be everything for everybody. I thought I had to create everything at one time. And so about a year ago, I finally got it. Angela, just show up for your Nancy. I gave her a name. It's No Start, New Start, Nancy. And you'll see, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to my older content, you'll see one day I'm talking about life management. The other day I'm talking about starting a YouTube channel. The other day I'm talking about something else. But watch my latest ones, those. Watch my latest ones. They're all consistently talking to one person collectively, and her name is Nancy. And that is why I'm making more money now than I ever have on my creator business, because I'm single-minded. I have so much more clarity now. And so, Product Heaven, you have two very important tasks. Number one, take your logo, put a TM on it. And every time you use that name, put a TM on it. I mean, unless you got the idea from somebody else. Don't do that if you did that, okay? Don't put a TM on it if you got the idea from somebody else. And number two, put your TM if it's yours. If it's your idea, put your TM on it. And number two, make sure that when you show up with a lot of clarity. Product Heaven, I'm telling you, if you get the clarity on the exact person that you serve and you solve that exact person's problem, you're going to start making money. Like the people that come to me. Now, can I serve? My No Start, New Start Nancy is not the only person I serve. I serve 10X Teresa too. That's the woman who already has 100,000 followers, and she already has a clear concept of who she wants to serve. She already has clarity. She just wants to scale. I help her too. But the most people who come to me are my Nancys. All right, boss, I got you. No, you do not have to have more than one digital product to launch something. As a matter of fact, I would not have more than one digital product to launch. Because what's going to happen is you're going to spend all this time creating all these different products, and all the different products that you create, I would suspect they're going to do different things. And now you're going to get sidetracked. You have to have one single-minded focus. In other words, if I know that I'm serving No Start, New Start Nancy, and I'm telling her that all you need is a digital product to start making money, then the first thing I'm going to create is a template to give her so that she can fill in the blanks and plug and play my template so that she can have an automatic product. Why would I go and create this digital product? I did it that way, boss. I did it that way, and it slowed me down. This is what I did. I started out as an author, and I launched a book. It was called actually, the book behind me was my first real book. The first book, So the first thing I did was launch a book. And then from there, I started doing coaching. And then I didn't get much traction from my book. I didn't get much traction from coaching. I mean, I was doing pretty good, but I wanted to go viral. So I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing coaching. And then I started with a mentoring program. And then I went from one thing to another. What happened? If I had stayed focused on that one book, on that one offer, and grew my audience from there, that audience that I built from that one book would have been already there for my next offer, right? Would have already been there for the coaching, would have already been there for the speaking and whatever else I had to offer. So starting out with one is the best thing you can do. Your only requirement, boss, is to make sure that you're serving one person and that one person's problem. And as long as you do that, you're going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. So tomorrow night, we talk about the 3 different ways that I'm going to give to you to find the people who want to pay you money. We're going to go find them. I know exactly where they are. They're not lost. So be here tomorrow night for that. And then the 14th day is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. I know you're usually doing something more fun on Saturday nights at 7 o'clock, but you probably want to be here because it's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun celebrating my 14-day tour of the Small Creators Takeover Tour. I'm super excited. So be here tomorrow night for that. The Boss, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. Product Heaven, thank you so much. Jamila, the Budget Boss. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, you need to head over there next because this chick is legit. She's going to get you out of your financial trauma once and for all. Also check out Relationship Tips with Kristen. She's going to get you on the right track so you have no more lost days. You're no longer going to walk through life aimlessly looking for fulfillment. She's going to get you right on the right track where you need to be. Thank you also to the Parenting A to Z, amazing brand that's helping women get through all of their parenting issues, particularly those who are going through the courts. You need to check out these people because they are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. You don't want to miss the challenge. We start June the 16th through the 20th. Inside the challenge, you have 5 moves in 5 days, and you'll have everything you need to make your money. Let's go for that $27,000 in 30 days. I will see you on tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.